Shalom, shalom, Israel. Back again today. Early morning minute lesson. You know what I'm saying? To get your day started, get you going. Today, the world love is on. You know, this little minute lesson, but I will get in a deeper lesson about this. As you know, we live in times that men have become lovers of themselves. Women became lovers of themselves. The world is lover of themselves. They use these platforms to not do the Father will and his work and the Son will and his work. They come to do their own will of man's. And by saying that, the traditions of man, as you see, man have changed so much and so many things that the Father, and it grieve the Father, they grieve us as true doers of the word, of this word that the Father wrote, of this doctrine, not man doctrine, not the tradition of men's. Before I get started, it just came up. I'm going to read this verse. You know, it just popped to my mind, and I want to go to it before I get in the lesson. Because our people, they say they believe in the Father and the Son with their mouth, but they heart far away from him. But I'm going to read this verse before I get the lesson started. Romans 1:25, who changed the truth of God into a lie and worship and serve the creation more than the Creator, who is blessed forever. Amen. With that said, man change. Tradition of man change the law, the commandments, the statutes of the Father. Change the Father and the Son doctrine to please their own. As we see people today in this word and in this world do things to please themselves. You know, the Father already told you in the commandments, no one will exalt themselves over him. But men think they can exalt themselves over him because they do what Satan and his demons and minions have possessed them. But the Father allowed it because our people hard-headed, they stiff-necked. They want to do their will instead of the Father will and the Son will. But with that said, we're going to get this lesson started. Colossians 2:8. Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after tradition of men, after the remnant of the world, and not after Christ. See, they give you this stimulus money. They're doing all these vain things to keep your mind off the word of the Father, the doctrine of the Father, instead of the doctrine and traditions of man, which they love. They got men's want to be women's and women want to be men's. They're trying to stop the creation of the Father, but it will never be stopped. They got you mix and mingle, doing all these different type of things to keep you further away from the Father and the Son, and more in a tradition of men. Just like the title say, the world love its own. And so as you see in this world today, the world love its own. For people like us that follow the Father and the Son, it's rough, but it's all good because we have our reward waiting on us at the end. If we have that grace and mercy that the Father give us every day, but will he have grace and mercy on us at the end of this road, at the end of this battle, at the end of this journey? Can we endure to the end? Let's go to Mark 7:9. Mark 7:9. Mark 7:9. Yeah, you know, this just a message the Father put on me this morning to get out. You know, and you got to do the Father's will. Ain't no way around that. You got to do His will. Not your will, but His will. People wonder why things don't, come out right in their life, because they doing what they want to do in their will instead of the Father and Son will. Chapter 7 and 9 in Mark. And he said unto them, full well ye reject the commandments of God, that ye may keep your own traditions. That's how man still is today. Christmas, birthdays, Valentine's Day, Halloween, Easter. All them traditions of man, not of the Father. Nowhere in this book you will find any of them things. You won't find no Christmas celebration. You won't find no man celebrating his birthday and the Father agrees to that. The last man did that, got his head cut off. It is in the Word. So, people got to get out of these man traditions. And I know it's going to be hard for a lot of our people because they love the traditions of man. They love doing what they want to do. But with that said, let's move to Matthew. I think Matthew. Let me find it real quick. All praise to the Father and the Son. All praise. Yeah, we're going to go to Matthew 15 in verse 3. Well, actually, we're going to start at verse 2. Matthew 15, start at 2. Why do they disciples transgress the tradition of the elders of men's? The elders of men's, okay? For they wash not their hands when they eat bread. You see how they want you to do what man wants you to do, their tradition, all the time? Not the Father and Son tradition, their tradition. Verse 3, but he answered and said unto them, why do ye also transgress the commandments of God by your traditions? I like how the Father hit him right back. Bam. Take that. You know what I'm saying? And let them know, y'all want us to do y'all tradition, but y'all don't do the Father tradition. So what I look like doing man tradition and not doing the Father tradition, the one who created everything and made everything. See, that's the problem with our people now. They love these vain traditions. They love the ways of man, which is the heathen. But, you can't tell our people nothing. They're going to do what they want to do. Remember, they say, I'm grown. Gonna find out about you being grown. So let's go to John 15 and 19. John 15 and 19. Can't get our people's minds off the traditions of man. They gonna go to hell for traditions of men. And we will start at verse 19. Verse 19. If ye were of the world would love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hated you. Just like us, the Father chose us out of this world, out of this madness, out of this evil place, this violent, messed up place that he allows Satan to run wild on the wicked. And we hate it because we chose to do the Father's will. We didn't choose to do the Father's will. The Father chose us to do his will, to do his work. He did Paul the same way. Since everybody love to talk about Paul, the Son chose Paul to do his will. Not because Paul wanted to do it, but because Paul was doing the tradition of man because he didn't know. Till the Son knocked his tail off that ass. And he blinded him Then he understood and know about the Father and the Son, they doctrine. So our people need to get their mind right. Now, the Father might have mercy and grace on you to get you to understand like he did Paul, but also he might just go and kill you. Because our people, they don't like to have understanding. They like the understanding of men's, not the understanding of the Father. They like praise of men more than they like praise of the Father. But I'll get into that later. Let's go to 1 John chapter 4. 1 John chapter 4. And we're going to go verse 5. They are of the world, therefore speak things of the world, and the world hear them. The world hear their own. See all this dumb stuff they got going on with these crates. All these celebrities talking about vaccinated concerts and all this stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because the world hear their own. A lot of people ain't gonna agree. I don't care for them agreeing. But see, this the problem with the world. They love their own. They hear their own. All this dumb stuff going on in the world today. But nobody don't want to hear the Father. It's just like the days of Noah. When Noah would tell them there was going to be a great flood, that the Father was going to flood this whole world, kill everything in it. They laughed at Noah. It's like they laughing at us now. But that's all fine, all cool and dandy. But when the Father, when they see them, that fire and brimstone come from the heavens, don't need you running, don't need you trying to hide, because the Father got you. Remember, he made this place. He made earth. He made the world. Made everything in it, beneath it, above, and under it. He made it, not man. So, yeah, you know, still have that same attitude and that same, you know, pride when the Father rolled back these clouds. You know, keep enjoying the heathen. That said, let's go to John 3 and verse 31. John 3 and 31. John 3 and 31. He that cometh from above is above all. He that is of the earth is earthly, and speak of the earth. He that come from heaven is above all. Like the Father said, he is not from this world, he's from above. Earthly people speak earthly things, especially the ones he don't choose out this world. They're going to keep rolling with the world, with all the evil things that going on right now, killing these folks and they trying to hide, kidnapping these people and they trying to hide. You know, like the Father said, he going to make all things come to light. Every secret shall come to the light. But see, our people, they love them dark secrets. But the Father going to bring them to the light, and you won't be able to hide from it, because the Father don't play. When the Father said he means something, he mean they gonna get done. The Son said, I can't do the will of my Father. But see, that's our people problem. They don't want to do the will of the Father and the Son. They want to do their own will of this world. They love their self-praise, their self-love. You know, not the love that the Father gave them. They love that self-love. They own self-love. I'm gonna go to something real quick while it's on my mind. Right quick, and read a little something else real quick. It's gonna come out of John 14 and verse 15. If ye love me, keep my commandments. If ye love me, keep my commandments. See, the Father just said, you got to love the Father before you love anybody, anything. But see, our people don't. They love themselves. They love this world. They don't love the Father and the Son, because they did, they'll do his will. They do the things that please the Father, not please man. And with that said, we're going to John chapter 17, verse 14. 17 and 14. Page over. I have given them thy word, and the word had hated them. The world had hated them, because they are not of the world. Because they are not of the world, even as I am not of the world. See, the Father will let you know he was not of the world. He chose you out of the world, so you're not of the world, and the world hates you. The world hates you for bringing this good news. The Father and the Son doctrine. Not your doctrine, but the Father and the Son doctrine. You know what I'm saying? Not man vain traditions that they love. All these pagan holidays and these pagan deities that they serve, that they call God. That's what happened to our people when they got brought to their land. When Moses went up there to the mountain for 40 days and 40 nights, he came back. Aaron, I always say Aaron was a people pleaser, a man pleaser. You know, Aaron was like this. And the Father knew he wasn't making no mistake when he made Aaron. He knew what he was doing. You know, Aaron was this type of person. For they love the praise of man more than the praise of God. That's in John chapter 12 and verse 43. See, we got a lot of people like that today. They be on their job, love to praise the man they call the boss man, the supervisor. They love to praise them people instead of praising the Father and the Son they allow and gave them the job, because man can't do nothing. Just like the Son said, I can't do nothing without my Father permission and will. Same as Satan. Satan can't do nothing without the permission of the Father. You know, people give Satan too much praise. He had to go to the Father just like everybody else. So, you know, people need to come about this world. They hear the Father and the Son's voice. They're sent with the Holy Spirit, his angel. The Comforter. The Comforter. I will be getting in more details about that too later on. But not this little minute lesson. But I will be getting deep in details of it. But I'm going to read these last passages, and this lesson will be over with. We're going to still stay in John 17, but we're going to go 15 through 19. And verse 15 says, I pray not that thou shouldest take them out of the world, but that thou shouldst keep them from evil. Keep us from evil. Especially the ones he took out. Keep us from evil. We got to stay from evil. That's why the Father gave us a mind to understand his laws, statutes, and commandments. That's why we got to stay from evil. That means people in all things. Verse 16. They are not of the world, even as I am not of the world. So we're not of this world. We're of the Father and the Son world, in the kingdom to come. Sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is true. The Father and the Son word is truth. Not man word. Man ain't never did nothing but lie since the beginning. Started in the Garden of Eve. So let's keep going. Verse 18. As thou hast sent me into the world, even so have I also sent them into the world. See, now when he took you out of this world, he sent you back to do his will. The Father and the Son sent you back to do thy will. Not they will, but thy will. The Father and Son will. Not man will. Not man vain traditions. man ways, the ways of the heathen that run this world, the wicked. Verse 19, and for their sakes I sanctify myself, that they also might be sanctified through the truth. And what is the truth? The Father and the Son word. The Son testimony is truth. He was in the ground for 3 whole days. But arise, just like the book said, and was seated on the right hand side of the Father. So, with that said, I hope y'all got something out this little minute lesson today. The world love is on. The world love is on. So don't be part of the world. They can't do nothing but give you a one-way ticket to death after this fleshly body life that which is dead already. So do the will of the Father and the Son that they left in the value of the book. Do they will and not thy will. So you will enter through the narrow passage to the gates of the kingdom that will soon to be here and soon to become of the Father and the Son. And with that said, Israel, I hope y'all got something out this message. I hope it touch you. I hope it, get deep in your heart, which is your mind, to help you be a better person. And take a look at your life and see who you really serve. The Father and the Son, or Satan and man. With that said, I'm out. Have a blessed, safe day. I love you, Israel. Love y'all. Treat people as you want to be treated. Treat them as the word says so. That said, family, I'm out. Shalom.